Very good afternoon, everybody. We are delighted to bring you this first ever ice fishing with Embassy RV. We've got Terry Minix in Mini. Where are you, Terry? Michigan?
No, I'm actually in Indiana, in Elkhart,
Yeah.
actually. This
Oh,
is called Simonton Lake.
Simonton
It's
Lake.
it's one of
Uh,
the shallower lakes, so it's one of the first lakes to freeze, and it's the first lake to get, we have 10 inches of ice out here right now.
that is pretty awesome. I'm coming at you from lovely weather, Florida. It's 75 degrees, and hopefully that saw noise isn't coming through. We got kind of an exciting show for you today. What we wanted to do is kind of, we've been talking, Terry, how long have we been talking about getting Scott to go ice fishing?
And if anyone noticed, he's not in Indiana, so he's pretty
Florida.
safe. But yeah, it's been a fun thing. We've been throwing back and forth. So we thought, how fun would it be? The fishing industry is huge, and they would like to have RVs they could go to and keep warm and go out and do what they do and come back and maybe spend the night in their RV and go out ice fishing again. So that's what today is about, showing Embassy can do these things. It doesn't matter how cold it is. We can go to a frozen lake. We don't have to be a snowbird, and you can chase the ice if you want to.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And there's very few really four season capable vans. So, kind of our agenda this afternoon for the next little bit is Terry is definitely going to take us ice fishing, including drilling the hole, which is pretty cool. Before he does that, we're going to get a quick tour of the Dolphin van that he's in. This is a transit. And then as we kind of go through the ice fishing experience, we'll talk about the four season capability of a van that's like insulation and creating heat and all that stuff, plumbing not freezing. Got some really big events we want to talk about. Talk about how to see an embassy, how to the buying process, and then what kind of the build time is currently. And of course, we're taking your questions always. And does that sound about right, Terry?
Yes, absolutely. That sounds
Okay.
great.
So I thank you for that. Let me see if I can. There's an echo apparently. Echo calculations. Try that. See if that's any better. Thank you, Roads of Life. All right. So Terry, why don't you just give us a? This is what I'm familiar with ice fishing, which is about as far as I go. So kind of show us what the van is there, and then let's. You're going to four wheel us out to the lake.
So this is our Dolphin S. It's got the white countertop, white cabinet. So this is a very bright interior with the light seating. So we do. This is really probably one of the most popular interiors on this because it's so bright and cheerful
Yeah.
that you can add some color that you want in pillows and throws and carpet throws and things and have a really nice bright light interior.
And just for folks that don't know, the beds are powered sofas, so they are sofas by day,
Yeah.
bed at night.
Yes, they power together. You can go a half inch, a quarter inch, all the way to the middle. You have your choice with that, so you can still keep an eye away if you want at night. And then this cushion I have over here makes a beautiful little nook when it's stowed here. And you get to sit here and look out at the ice, if I can point at it there.
There it is.
And then this comes over and we have a nice, everyone calls it the Manny flip, so we'll call it the Manny flip. This flips up and this cushion comes to this end and makes this into the same bed that's on the driver's side. So
I
it
got
makes two beautiful big beds that are super comfortable, but all at the same time, a wonderful traveling sofa system with seat belts.
which
Seat
is
belts are an option, but we do have, this one does have two seat belts on this side, two seat belts on this side. We just have them tucked away.
awesome. And maybe just kind of show Terry the galley quick, and then the
Yeah.
star of the shows for me is always the toilet.
Yes. So
That is nice.
nice big faucet, big sink. We do have the ozone water purification system. This is the Lavio dry flush with the shower. And yes, at this time of year, even though it's freezing, and today actually is a heat wave. We're 38 degrees right now, but last week I was out here and it was 7 below 0 real and about 27 below with wind chill, and I was out here ice fishing. So,
Uh-huh.
this will still work. You can still take a shower. And then we have the opening windows with opening screens up here that are an option. That's a really nice option. Storage in the back, the wardrobe and linen closet. This is a new refrigerator setup. This is a demo, so we always try some new things. And then the pantry here,
Oh yeah, pull out drawers, super nice.
all pull-out drawers, really easy to do, all soft close. all aluminum constructed. So that's really nice. A light comes on when you open the door.
Yeah.
And then the nice overhead cabinetry and everything. And the same TV that's here in the flip down, let's do it, is in the shelter too. So you actually watch the fish fight on a big TV like that in the shelter. So I cheat a little. You know, you get
That's
to
all
watch them
right.
on TV.
In cold weather, you should cheat a little bit. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, the underwater cameras are amazing, and I made one many years ago for others did. But it's a teeny little screen, and they give you a funnel to look through, and you know every fish looks like it's a minnow. I saw like a 42-inch pike last Tuesday when it was really cold out here on the screen. And you know you're looking at a big fish when it fills that whole screen. So it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. And that's your setup that we're going to be having to go out there on. Is that right? Out the window?
That's it.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's
let's.
my shelter I made many years ago, and I've got my tow sled for passengers, but right now it's got the gas auger. I have a gas auger mount on the front, but just quicker that way.
That's cool. All right. Well, let's have you set the ice up, and we'll say hi to some folks. We got a good group in here. This is great.
Yeah.
Thanks for being in here.
And
And
I'm gonna lock up the van. I'm gonna uh, turn off the lights just for that. I will set the camera up and keep going. So if you want to
okay.
show a little bit of a live as I drive out, you can.
Yep.
All right. So here we
Of
go.
course, that's going to be great. This is a little bit of an experiment, everybody, because we have not done this before, but I think we got it nailed.
We got a good signal. We got 5G out here on the lake. So go imagine. Bristol, Indiana, I don't have anything.
How thick would the ice have to be to drive the van onto the ice?
Somebody did that.
Are you
Somebody
serious?
drove a Jeep out here the other day. You can see their tracks, and they did donuts. So
Yeah.
I'll say a Jeep can go on 10 inches ice.
But maybe not 9,000 pounds of camper van.
Yeah, this one ain't going out there.
That's fair. It's not
So
built for a submarine.
Here's the van. You know, here's the lake. This is what you do. You'd park at the public landing, and it's your hotel when you get back from fishing.
Your four-season hotel.
Yeah. All right, we got that done.
Got a nice group in here. So here's Roads of Life. Thanks for coming. Join us today. Here's Sherry from Jamaica, 85.
Wow.
$8 a gallon. Holy cow.
I'm going to switch to my little four-wheeler holder.
Terry's been practicing, I can tell. Here's Jane, Balmy 45, gas still 319. Same prices here in Florida. Actually, it might be more expensive in Florida, West Palm Beach area. Yeah, let us know where you're at.
We're some places $2.69 here. It's not bad.
That's not too bad. Oh, that's great, actually. I was just in Arkansas or Alabama, and it was like $2.60 a gallon. That's nice.
All right, we're just about ready to go for a four-wheeler ride.
All right, this will be fun. We don't drop the camera.
No, I got it.
Okay. Here we got Chuck in the house. Been raining off and on. Lubbock, Texas. Temp 51, no wind. Of course, today is the day I'm moving into my new house. So.
All right. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Here we go. Off the pavement, onto the ice.
Somebody cut a big hole in the ice right there, probably for pike spearing.
We'll avoid the hole. Another tough day at the office for Terry. I could probably manage 38 degrees to be out there, but I don't know about -7. Uh-oh. Did we lose the audio? We have camera. Don't have audio. We'll let him stop and see if we can rectify that. Let's see. Here's Diane in the house. Thanks for being here. Beautiful day in Jacksonville, Florida, 73 sunny. Very cold weather last 2 weeks. Yes. Good job, Terry. Audio's back. Oh. Holy cow, he's headed back to the office, apparently. I was in Alabama. We left on Thursday, and it was the day that it snowed on I-10, and I-10 was closed. It was pretty interesting. We got through the next day, but a number of semis were off the freeway, turned over, and they were extracting the cargo to right the van. There's Jeff. I'm going to mute Terry while he's... Now we're there. Here's Jeff from Fort Lauderdale. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate that. Just down the street from West Palm Beach. Terry says, wow, this is really happening. So what Terry's going to do is kind of set up his shelter, and then he's going to drill a hole in the ice. And while he's doing that, we'll talk a little bit about why Embassy RV.
So I'm going to fire up the audio, drill a couple holes.
Okay, I might have to mute you.
I'll give you a nice view if you want to peek out at
what's going on. I'll mute you. Ice fishing live with Terry Minix. Go small, live large. Oops, there went the phone. Hopefully not in the hole. Let's say hi to some more folks. So here's Roads of Life. We have some ice in the freezer. Does that count? No, that's good for cocktails, sir. You should be in Indiana. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while, and and there we go.
Over.
Good job. We're fine. There you go.
Let me prop it a little better.
There we go. Okay. Just make sure he's not. Okay. He muted himself. Perfect. Now I've used these to drill holes for a deck in Kankakee, Illinois, at our Victorian house, and these are very serious machines, and they kind of mostly go through the roots and kind of around the rocks. That's pretty funny. So here's EEA. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Hello from High Springs, Florida. Just passed through there yesterday and sunny. It was really something if you saw my Patreon video, the seeing the ice in Tallahassee. Uh-oh. Hope he knows he's muted himself. I don't think he knows. Terry, I'm not sure if you can hear me. You've muted the phone on your side. There you go. Perfect.
It's probably best when you're running this. It's throwing a lot of ice out.
So I can mute from my side now. So that's cool. Sounds like a chainsaw. But yeah, it was super weird to see ice in the on the roadway and you're fine.
Engulf everything. Get out of the sun.
It sounds like he's taking the top off.
Yeah, I'll show it to you in a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, a little wind there. Sorry about that. Here's Diane from Arizona. Weather 58, gas is 329 on the road trip to San Diego. Good job. Here's Anchor Moment. Glad to have you here. My Road to Life. Look forward to visiting you in February. That's cool. Here's Lewis. I'll just mute that a little bit. And then thanks for watching in Virginia. That's cool. we're kind of coast to coast today. Roads of Life says, we may move up north, although we know our embassy can last in the cold forever. We'll be driving south for the winter. No ice fishing for us. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I've tried fishing a few times, and it's just make sure he's not talking to us. And it's I kind of get it when you get a fish. There's a little bit of a thrill there for sure, but my idea of fishing is buying it or going to a restaurant and making yummy fish. I'd love to eat it.
All righty.
Okay.
The flaps out. I'll show you what we just did. I gotta make sure I don't step in that 10-inch hole. That wouldn't be good.
That would be pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a big ice fishing hole. There we go. Now I can take my coat off.
And you gotta show him your tuxedo, Terry.
Yeah, and my Mickey Mouse boots. I gotta drop the TV too. 1 second. See if the Velcro better. Okay, drop the TV.
Terry, we had a quick question here.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to know what fridge is in that demo Transit? Isotherm?
It's just something we're actually playing around with a little bit. So
Okay.
we're constantly testing and doing
Right.
things. So that one's just a test.
Okay.
All right. Aqua view. I'll move you and show you around a little. So what I did is I lowered the sides. Now I'm in a 14-foot enclosure. And these are the holes I just drilled.
Wow.
So we're going to put a camera down.
So there's a TV. I see it coming up.
Yep. So it's just waiting for the camera signal. So I'll hook that up. And I have the AquaView camera. It's got the most flexible cable of any underwater camera for ice fishing. So, give it some line. Turn it on.
Terry, Jeff says, Terry, my dad made tip ups from umbrella stays. We used to go ice fishing on Lake Winnebago in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
That is cool.
And then EEA says Jeeps can go anywhere. That's true.
Yes.
Fernando
All
wants to know what was the model of the van. That's a Ford Transit. Is it all-wheel drive?
That
Terry,
is
is that right?
the Ford Transit 350 HD extended. All right,
Awesome.
So camera. There's the underwater camera. Get this.
Oh, thank you, Sherry. Yes.
So what I'm going to do is put this down the hole and clamp. I've got so many things. I'm not doing it all today, but I've got power things that manipulate the camera and point it in different directions. But pretty soon you're going to see the bottom.
Jane says, "Wee." Susan Brubaker says, "Fun."
It is. You know, when you're dressed right and everything, and you know, I do spoil myself sometimes making things.
Just got a comment here. Jeff says he learned to drive on the ice in a Ford Econoline. Great memories.
Yeah, it's been a lot of years. You know, this lake used to have trucks driving all over it. It's probably been 15, 20 years since you could do that. But somebody got a Jeep out on it, so that was a first in a long time. I'm trying to lower the camera down to get it down to the bottom.
Here's Quilter for Charity Robbins says, hello from Huntsville, Texas. Finally made alive. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Let me kind of flash this up on the screen, Terry. This is kind of why Embassy RV. But before I go there, hopefully you got to see the YouTube live I did from the Florida Super Show last week, 2 weeks ago already. Is that possible? Where Terry and I met for the very first time. That's kind of a sacred spot for me. That's where I saw Terry with his lunch half eaten, and I zoomed up on him to understand what that cabana on the back of a Pullmaster van was all about. And that's where it started. And if you're kind of new to the Embassy RV world, welcome. This is why a lot of people really like Embassy RV. No wood, no black tank, no propane, no awning, no solar. 4-season ready. Buy factory direct. Don't have to deal with dealers. And because they're pretty stealthy, it's pretty HOE friendly.
Absolutely. There's my bait. We're going to get a rod in the water here in a second. You can see it really doesn't take too long with what I got set up here.
No, it's not bad at all,
It's
actually.
pretty easy. These are the waxworms.
Waxworms.
Grub, I'm not sure what kind. But we'll put 2 on just to give them a little more to get excited about.
We got a great group in here. Sherry says, watching ice fishing remote is much more fun, especially from Haiti.
Yeah, she's cheating.
Here's Pam. Says, Terry, this is your insurance agent, Pam Graham. So here's Matilda. Howdy from Chattanooga. Love Chattanooga. What a great town that is. Your Spirit Chaser says, well, Scott, I'm a little envious. It's 3 degrees Fahrenheit and gas is 145 a liter Canadian, so about $6 a gallon US, says Spirit Chaser. Yeah, it's 76 here in West Palm Beach. It's going to be 57 tonight in West Palm Beach, Florida. So it's perfect weather. Don't need the AC. The cold kind of buttons down the bugs. Terry says, I thought what I thought you would be with Terry, LOL.
Everyone probably did, Scott.
Someday.
So the water's kind of murky, but I'm trying to find the bait right now by getting it in the screen.
Oh yeah, we can see the green plants.
The weeds, yeah.
Yeah.
So our wind's been crazy with all these temperature changes too. So I'm probably 8-9 foot deep right here. I should be able to see that bait in a minute.
Kind of like doing, I don't know, an ultrasound or a.
Well, it's cooler because you can actually see everything going on down there. The wind's probably 25, 30 mile an hour right now, so it's blowing the canopy, and usually I have a heater against it. But let me see if I can see this bait. I may have to put the camera down right over top of it. I'll do that.
Terry sent me and Sherry a video clip last week, wasn't it, Terry? We were getting this lined up and showed us
the Tuesday.
Camera with the a big old, what was that thing? A pike or something you said?
A pike, yeah. It was over 36 inches. It was a big one. So I'm going to switch and change the camera and point it straight down so I can see the bait better. It's just a little too murky today. Usually you can see 15, 20 feet here, but it's just a little murky.
Matt, so Scott, you're on the wrong side of the screen. Nope. Thank you, Matt. Oh, there we go.
Second. Here we go. You get to hook the camera. The camera is like a fish, by the way. It's shaped like
no way.
Fish. So if a pike's down there, you got to make sure he doesn't eat your camera. Because that can happen. I've seen tonsils of pike before. All right, we're changing up, and I'll be able to see it here in a minute. There's the bait. See the white thing? That's what I wanted
Uh,
to see. That white thing is my grub. So I'm going to go a little
oh,
deeper. And this will be just above it. That's the bait.
oh, there I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if
So
I
when a
go.
fish comes up, you will see the fish and you can actually see it bite. So I'm above it. So you just sit here and you make it look alive by twitching it.
And they're probably pretty hungry, right? There's not a lot going on down there normally this time of year.
Well, this kind of stuff's all over in the water and in the weeds. There's weeds down here you saw when I put the camera
Right.
way down. So they travel these weeds and there's grubs and all kinds of stuff living in it, and that's what they feed them.
So this is the end of January. Assuming it's going to be cold for February, how thick might that ice actually get?
It depends, you know, we're going to get a rain now. We're going to be 40 some degrees this weekend. So it'll get water on top of the ice. If we can get it cold right after that, you'll get another couple inches of ice real quick. So that's a good thing. If it stays that way too long, then it hurts the ice and it becomes not safe.
Not safe, yeah. Um,
So
let's see. The Moore says, Terry, greetings. I had the hardest time trying to locate this live stream. And our wannabes welcome. Wannabes are always welcome.
always,
Sherry,
always,
uh,
always.
always welcome, including some of the events we got coming up with Go Small, Live Large. We always encourage wannabes, actually. Thank you for that, Amor. And because you get to talk to the owners, you get to talk to other, how people travel in their vans. And it's just a great way to learn the lifestyle, learn about the floor plans, learn about products you might want to travel with or not. So we really encourage Embassy, myself, a lot of us encourage us to get together and use us as a Wikipedia, a learning tool. Um, so you can get your journey on more quickly, more successfully. Sherry, if you'd be good enough to put the YouTube, or not the YouTube, the Facebook group link. So the more there's a great group, well over 1,000 members in the Embassy RV Owners Wannabe Facebook group. We have a couple of moderators in here today, and that's a great place to learn, talk, DIY type stuff all together. Pretty cool deal. And they do a monthly Zoom too. Terry and I were on that a couple of months ago. Here's David Green saying, howdy, friends from Chicago. T. Brannon, Terry wants to know, what kind of bait do you use for ice fishing?
I really like wigglers, which are mayfly larvae, the best. But when the ice gets too thick, they can't get those and take them to the bait shops because they get them way up in Michigan. So these are called wax worms, and I have what's called a mousy, which I think is kind of a fly larva in wax worms. So now you can see the weeds I'm down. I like to be right over the weeds, and you can see the bait there.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
that's
if
a
the
good
fish
picture of it.
comes up, you'll be able to see it in those weeds. And usually, if I'm jigging like this, I can bring them in because they are traveling all around in here.
Now
Normally,
that,
I come out at 3:30 like this, and you fish a little after dark. And usually, you know, I find the fish first with my camera, and there's a whole school down there, and I didn't have time to do that today. But normally, I'll know with all this, I'll drill a hole, put the camera down. If I see 100 fish down there, guess what? You got it made. But today, just for time period, I drill one hole and we'll jig them in. But I'm usually catching my limit in about an hour and a half.
wow. So, pardon my fish ignorance. So, pike's a white fish, I'm guessing, white flesh?
Actually, with pike, normally what they do is patties and things. My grandpa used to love to catch pike, and he'd always make pike patties, kind of like salmon patties and everything.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So yeah, it isn't as much. So the walleye and stuff is real white. The thing that happens when you're ice fishing like this is you bring the fish up and he freezes on the ice immediately.
Huh.
So it's the freshest fish you can get because
Yeah.
it's not stressed, it's not in a warm environment. You don't put it in a live well and stuff like that. You just bring them up and it's super fresh fish. So I actually have a grill that I can put on this and actually fillet and cookie fish out here on the ice. I've made hot dogs and breakfasts and sausages, all kinds of stuff out here on the grill. And I fed people around me. I would have won a fishing tournament feeding everyone hot dogs around me while I pulled fish through my little zippered windows here,
That's funny.
watching them on the big screen.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, but this is what truly changes the game. You can see I'm gonna get more aggressive because there's a fish right there. There's a bluegill just to the left of it. See the fish? He's just a little easing out to the left.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna try to
I see your
entice
white
him.
thing. Yeah.
No, that stuff on the bottom. There was a big fish sitting there looking. I got to bring him back in. So I jigged a little more, and there's a bluegill looking at it. Here's one right at the bottom coming at it.
Oh yeah, I see him. Yeah.
Now
Oh
I'm
wow,
gonna
cool.
stop. You'll see him suck it. See it? I want him to get the hook. I saw he didn't get the hook yet.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get the hook. I'm gonna wiggle a little, see if I can. They're finicky. There's another one there. See, there's two now.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty decent size. Let me go like this, and you can tell how thick they are, the size they are on the screen. So
Yeah.
those are decent bluegill right there. So they're here. Just got to get them. Sometimes you got to change the bait color. This is a black tungsten jig. Here it comes the other way. Usually, if I
Oh yeah.
can lift it up a little and they follow me up, they're going to bite. See, that's a pretty decent sized bluegill right there.
That's a handsome fish.
Yeah. So that's what it is. This shows you what's going on, and now I just got to do whatever it takes. Here comes one. I got to get them to say, okay, I like
Right.
this. Let's do it.
Right. It's like watching sports.
Yeah. I
So you're gonna
mean,
get it.
even though you see them, you got to give them what they're wanting. I may have to change color. They may not like the black. It was white. There's another one.
But you got their attention.
I'm going to have to change color. They don't like that black jig, I think. I'm going to put a white one. I have like 10 poles in this storage right here. Every one of them is baited with something different.
Yeah.
So if they don't like what you're doing, you just switch it to another one.
They're curious.
Here, this one's coming in hot and heavy. Let's see if we can get him. I'm going to go up a little. Oh, there. See that?
Ooh,
Get the
ooh,
hook. Wait.
ooh,
Get the
oh.
hook.
Ah.
He didn't get the hook. I can tell when they have the hooker now. 1 second. Let me set you down.
So they on the Facebook group, probably the easiest thing, ladies and gentlemen, is to just go to Facebook and search Embassy RV owners and wannabe, and it pops right up. Sorry, Sherry, to put you on the spot like that.
You can see he stole one of the waxworms off of it. I had two on it.
Oh, that was weird. Oh.
I think I'm
Sorry
going to get
about that.
another.
So T. Brown say this is cool.
The TV, when I bring the grandkids out here and I see somebody sitting out here with their son and you can tell they've never ice fished before and you bring them in here and you get to show them what's going on like that, it's one of my employees, I brought him out with his grandson and his grandson said it's like watching a video game, but it's for real. And, it just kind of changes the game a little bit for him.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
funny.
am going to grab a different jig. And see if
So
that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, no worries. Let me just kind of splash on the screen. Something else that's pretty cool about Embassy. And again, thanks for sponsoring this video, Terry. It's awesome.
Okay.
Why Embassy? Build on all three platforms, ladies and gentlemen. Transit, Sprinter, ProMaster. Your choice of floor plans, which is pretty unusual. They even have a controlled custom. So within certain limits, and now they have a lot of additional options, including max air fans, windows that open with screens. And what we're trying to demonstrate here today is a 4-season RVing. So as Terry kind of gets into this a little bit further, we'll talk about some of the features of an Embassy RV. that enable four-season RVing, and you're kind of buying into a really great community that I'm proud to say I had a little bit to help build over the years.
Yeah,
Terry, this month would have been 6 years working together. Is that right?
I
2019.
think so. Time goes so fast, Scott.
I
My
know.
goodness. Yeah, that
And
means I would have barely been 60 then. I just turned 66. So
well, I'll be 60 in a few months, so I'm feeling your pain. Um,
and it is painful sometimes, and I think everybody will agree that's made
right.
those milestones.
And I met so many of you
There
at the RV Super Show in Tampa last week, and just was it 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, and it was just so great to hear the stories. Quite a few embassy owners, actually, people getting embassies. It was just great to see everybody.
So we got a white one on. See if that
I
makes
got a
them
white
a
one now.
little more excited. This one glows in the dark.
Well, that's always helpful.
Yeah, you bring it up, put it under your lights, and I got red lights in here, white lights. I got lights. The red lights won't dilate your eyes so you can see, but they can't see you. And this thing's pretty equipped.
Are they still hanging around? Is that what we're seeing?
Oh, they'll come back.
They'll come
They're
back.
around. When you jig, it's vibrations that bring them to you. So
Oh,
this movement, and that's what brought the pipe to me. The movement is the vibration in the water, and they'll come check it out.
it's
And then
supper
when they
time.
get closer, you just slow down a little and raise a little, and usually they'll bite it. So they're a little finicky today, but we'll get one to bite. The white things are just something shiny on bottom, like a shell or a snail or something like that. That's sandy down there. There's some weeds, but there's a lot of sand, and that's kind of what you're looking for. If I bounced it in that sand, that kind of helps a little bit too. And you almost have to hang on to your rod here. There's some pretty big walleye as well as the pike. We've had several rods pulled down the hole, so I had to make an expander and put a gaff on it and mount my camera to it, and I can go down and get my rod back and hook onto it and bring it back again because the weeds will break the line.
Um, let's see. Chuck says, Terry, if you're gonna just feed them, use real organic
Here
bait.
comes a nice one. Look at that. That's a pretty good
Oh, that's
sized
a big
fish
one.
right there.
That's a
Yeah.
handsome fish too.
So I'm gonna just twitch a little.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
pretty big bluegill right there.
he's giving that some
Oh, one's
consideration.
gonna take it. Oh, he bumped it. See it? One came in from the bottom. It's spinning. I don't like it when it spins. He probably doesn't either. So
Oh, here
there's
comes the
two
other
of
one.
them. Yeah. See what it takes here.
Okay, fish for dinner.
But they're very finicky today. He lipped it. Here comes another one. See?
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah. Come on. You can do it. I'm gonna let it sit and see if he likes that better. If I had a wiggler, I'd have 4 or 5 of them already. The wigglers do the wiggling for you, and they can't resist it.
I hate to ask what a wiggler is, but I'm guessing it wiggles the thing for you, automatic.
It's a mayfly larva. It looks like an earwig or something like that, but when you put it on, it just sits there and squirrels around all the time, and you can just let go of your rod and they'll come find it and take it. But they're scarce little rascals right now.
So Ebon Kim wants to know where Matthew McConaughey is in his Lincoln. uh, Ebon says, I miss ice fishing at Walden Pond. Lots of rainbow and brown trout, yellow perch, and even rainbow smelt. Wow.
Oh wow.
Here's
Yeah,
Peggy.
there's
Oh,
big crappie in here. There's perch in here. There's pike in here. There's walleye in here. The bluegills are in here. So it's a smaller lake, but it's pretty well stocked up. They stocked it with walleyes for quite a few years, and put the bait fish in for them to feed on. So there's some big fish in here. But this is ice fishing, folks.
Ice
But
fishing 101.
even if you don't catch them, you can see that you get to see them on the screen. You know they're there. You know what's going on. Normally, I'd be switching a lot of stuff, but just for the, what we're doing today, I'm not as versatile as I would normally be. I have quite an arsenal of stuff on board here. I've got minnows. I've got just about anything I'd want to put at them, other than wigglers on board, where I can switch and when they come in, I can see that, okay, this is what's doing it.
Well, I have to say, seeing it on TV gives a little more excitement. Kind of waiting for the.
There's one at the bottom corner down there looking. Yeah, it really does. It brings the bottom to life, and
100%.
Yeah, it gives you. It is like a video game. You're trying to fool the people on the screen.
Here's Jane chiming in. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
All right, we don't want to bore you to tears, but yeah.
Yeah, Sherry said, "Come on, fish."
We're trying to show, this is a sport that, when you have 10, 12 inches of ice, it's a pretty safe sport, even though they say there's no safe ice. I come out with a small drill and I have a measuring thing I made up that's on my drill bit, and I'll drill holes, and I have a 100-foot rope right there, and I have boat cushions that float and stuff. So I'll test really well before this four-wheeler comes on anything that's not safe. And I just won't go on anything less than 8 inches ice. So, last thing I want to do is drop this in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, just your
swimming. So you do it safe. You can see in here, I don't even have a heater running because it's a dark shelter. The sun kind of radiates through here, and I don't have any gloves or anything on, and it's probably 35 degrees out there, but it's not cold in here.
Yeah, that's pretty groovy, and I think with that kind of a setup and your warm van waiting for you in the parking lot, and the
wife can stay back and sit and watch movies or take a nap, and you can come out ice fishing, and when you get back, the van's already warm, and you maybe have some fish to cook on the
fish to cook. Have a libation, maybe somebody else is driving. T. Brandon says, Terry, leave it to Scott to have a different and interesting show. I'm just sitting here, but thank you, T. Brandon. The action's at the other end. Look at this. This is cool.
So here's what I'm doing. This pole has a little spring bobber on it. So when a bluegill bites, if you didn't have a camera, you would see it go like that, and there's fish biting. So that's kind of like a little bobber that's super, super sensitive. And this is a cheap pole, but actually I have really expensive poles, and I love these things because they're just easy to handle and sensitive, and you can it just works well, and it's easy to reel them in and everything else. But a bigger fish would be, this is only 2-pound test, so it'd be a little bit of a struggle.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Well, it would have been nice to have one of those little rascals tag on. I'm trying to get him back in again.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
There's people out here. There's probably, I hear a dog out here.
Yeah.
We passed some ice skaters. So let me see who else out here. I'll look through the window. This is my visuals. There's quite a few people out here.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere there's a dog.
That's cool to see ice. That always amazed me when you see water.
So there's no real snow on it. It's little patches because it's a little warmer, but it's thick ice. The dog's over on shore, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of folks out there enjoying this nice warm weathered ice fish.
This is a good comment, Terry. This is Yvonne Kim saying the fish are shy since it's live. Once the live stream ends, he'll end up catching a huge walleye.
Yeah, it's just like Babe Wickham, and sometimes he doesn't catch them either. But you're not sitting at the couch. You're not watching TV. This is the TV I'm watching. I'm actually out here doing stuff you enjoy and using your RV to get here and travel with, and you can do things that you maybe thought you could never do before.
Yeah, well, it's a great reason to use your van during the winter because it's capable, right? Um,
Absolutely, you know. I mean,
Terry,
you
maybe
could
just
go in and take a shower in the van right
yeah,
now. It's able
maybe
to.
if you could just kind of share with the folks what makes Embassy 4 season capable, whereas some of the others, certainly mine is not. Um,
Well,
this is
one is our composite subfloor just really does help more than wood. You know, there's a fish looking at it, but there's another one coming in. There's like 6 of them down there. One's biting.
oh
So there's a bunch of them sitting there. So, you know, we've got the hydronic heaters, we've got the water system inside instead of outside. The all the water tanks are stored inside. We do have gray tanks and things naturally outside, but you can drain the water out immediately from those and not hang on to it. So that helps a lot. If you shower, we just say put the hose down to the ground and drain it right away. And you can still take a shower in the wintertime inside the vehicle. It's insulated super well, you know, insulation that doesn't absorb moisture.
yeah,
So
and the black tank is a Lavio dry flush. There's no water associated with that system
it
at all, which
it's
is
either, you know, folks are sending us their own toilets once in a while, but the dry flush is a great toilet. It's a number one seller. We also have the separate tiny compost toilet, so you can do that. But it's all about no black water and not having to do anything with that, and you just throw the waste away. So, and it
yeah,
saves you a lot of water too when you do that, actually.
yeah, which is true. Let me splash this up on the screen, and if you're looking to get more information, where am I at here, Scott? Right here.
Just a minute, I got one biting. Dang
Uh-oh.
it.
So I figure if we start talking business, they'll won't be shy, right? Well, I
Yeah,
see that one coming back and forth.
yeah, he's, there it
Oh,
goes. You can do it, buddy. They are really finicky today. Usually they come in and just suck it up.
I guess they are shy.
Yeah,
Chuck says, reminds me of the movie Grumpy Old Men
yeah. And it's probably because we have sunshine today. We don't see sunshine a lot in Elkhart, you know, so it
in the
might be
wintertime. Yeah.
just, it's a little bright. So, but, you know, otherwise you wouldn't even know anything's looking at it down there.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So if you want to learn more about Embassy, embassyRV.com, very clever website. My website, gosmalllivelarge.com. We have information there. We got camp out events coming up. Terry, you're going to be at the Peace Loving Vans in kind of middle Florida in March. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
And we got a bunch of Embassy folks coming for that. So if you go to my website, those are there. And tonight on What's Up Wednesday at 7 p.m., Terry got a new a solo female traveler. She moved out of a transit-based Coachman Beyond van and into a Nuvo van that's a ProMaster. So Teresa's going to be sharing her story tonight, and we're going to be making quite a few event announcements, including a couple campouts that we're going to piggyback on. So you don't want to miss What's Up Wednesday tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's just see if there's a fish.
Well, it looks like it's a little bit of an off day. They're here, but I can see them swimming around still there. They're just really, really finicky right now. But like I say, it's fun to be out. You know,
Using your van. That's the main thing.
absolutely. Getting the van out, using it, doing things with it, going places you never thought you'd go before, meeting people you never thought you'd meet before. Um, it's such an experience, and that's what we hear so often is the experience of the travel is just it changes all the time, and it gives you a life that you maybe thought you wouldn't
Yeah.
have. You know, I had somebody tell me once I had a choice. I sit on the couch and watch my life go by, or I buy an embassy and actually start living again. You can see he got one of the wax worms off of it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's funny.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
so
just hearing the people at the Super Show looking to get a van or have a van and how they use it. It's just this use case, and I've always run from the cold weather, Terry, just because my van is not capable for it. It would freeze up. I could probably deal with a night of 30 degrees, but to sit there for a few days, it would not be pretty. So maybe if I had an embassy RV, I could expand my horizons with cold weather camping because I just have never done it. And you maybe get a chuckle out of this, Terry. I was in a demo van last month, December. I overnighted in a road trek with a pop top, and I was always anti pop top. I'm like, I can't even, I don't have grandkids and nephews and all those, so I'm like, I don't get it until I stayed the night in the pop top. I'm like, now I get it. It's like having a tent on top of your van, and
Yeah.
completely to your point, it changes completely the traveling experience. I'm was really amazed. So again, 4 season capable. Take your van out in cold weather.
Yes. Yes. And that's a whole point of today's thing. We wanted to show something different, and show a whole new environment, a whole new experience, a whole new thing to do. It's so known the snowbirds up here run into the south every winter, and I just wanted to show, you don't have to run from the cold. You can actually run to it and still have some fun.
Yeah, like go drill holes in ice and hope a fish will be
Yeah.
caught for dinner.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's Long John Silver's tonight.
I'm gonna catch this guy right here. He's wanting.
Oh yeah. Ooh, ooh,
A little more.
ooh.
No. You can tell they don't have the hook yet, so I couldn't set it. He left me no bait.
He
That's
took
the other thing you get to see. It's empty now. He got his meal.
he got his meal. Um, Peggy's saying, look forward to What's Up Wednesday tonight. Yes. Chris has got a great story. Terry Eben Kim, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. It says any upcoming Class B for sleeping up to 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, with bunk beds for the kids in the
Not with
lineup.
bunk beds. It's you know part of what we have to do is we have to, if we create something new, we have to get asked for it a lot to justify the engineering that goes into that. And you're also the space. I created the cabana. Actually, was created from this ice house. I created the cabana so you can actually, we have 6 seat belts you can do in our RV that I have out here, and you would then use the cabana to set up the mattresses, the air mattresses and things, and then with a child sleeping across the front seats, like works really really well. That's how you can do this with more children. So our Dolphin S can travel with 6 people, and with the cabana and the 2 big beds in the front seat, you can actually sleep those 6 people in it. That's what the cabana does.
That's pretty cool.
So the answer
And
is yes, we have that. Oh, that was a big fish. Oh, those are sucker fish, I think. The whole school of them. You see it?
oh yeah,
They're big.
your
That was
phone
a whole
chips. There you
school of
go.
sucker fish. There went one just by it. That was kind of cool. I haven't seen that before. So yes, we have that already, but it won't be bunk beds. The bunk beds are a little tougher in the vans because the van walls are so curved.
Yeah.
You end up without any storage of any kind. Got that one. Fish on, people.
Woo!
Let's see if I still have him.
Fish on. That's like Journey on, right?
Fish off.
Fish
It's not
off.
easy to fish and hold a camera.
Tell me about it. One-handed anything with a camera is always interesting.
All right.
Golly, it'd be great to snag one.
We were teasing you. But yeah, I think we cover that pretty well. The SL has 2 separate bedrooms, so you can sleep 2 in the back, 2 children on the telescoping bed, another child in the front seat across it. We don't have the cabana designed for the SL model, only for the S and the SS. But I think the S with the cabana and that, it's seatbelt 6, you'd be able to sleep 6. And they're off the ground in the cabana. it engulfs them. If it's raining, you saw it was out in Peace Loving Vans last year,
Yeah.
raining and pouring the whole weekend, and it really gives you an area to get out of all that. So it really does a good job.
So if you have any questions, bring them in for Terry and I to take a look
Yeah.
at. We're coming up on an hour. Trying to think if there's anything else. So again, I think on my website, Go Small Live Large, there's an event. There's 2 events in February that I will be attending, and many of us will be attending. Embassy will not. They'll be doing the Peace, Love, and Vans in March. Go to peacelovevans.com. You can get that there, but Go Small Live Large. It's got it there. There's one that is posted. I put on there for last week. It's the Van Fest Liftoff Gathering on the Space Coast. It's by Melbourne, Florida. I think it's February 7, 8, 9. And there's one I'm adding right after the program tonight. It is the Southern, wait for it, there's camping. So these are not only day shows, but they're camping. Please hold. Where are you? Side Vans. Where are you? Create account, ticket options right here. So it's at the SA Expo, the saveexpo.com. It's the Southeast Florida Expo. So that's what SA. So if you go to right here, the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo, that's a mouthful. So I will be going to this. I will be buying tickets, get out of the way keyboard. So this will be on my website tonight. I will be making that announcement at on What's Up Wednesday tonight. So if you're looking to get out and about in your van in South Florida, these are great places to go. And then I think Embassy, there's a big Embassy group getting together first a little bit in March or last bit of February, I can't remember. And then Peace, Love, and Vans, March 6, 7, 8, I think. So we'll be making those announcements and more coming soon, including a roundup in Gainesville on February. Let us know if you got a fish handy. It's going to be February 22. We're doing a roundup in Gainesville, Florida. So a lot going on. Yeah, the Embassy Owners Group is getting together on February 28 and March 1. So if you go to the Embassy Owner Wannabe Facebook group, there's probably lots of details there. Do we have a bait change?
I actually missed a couple of them, so I'm putting the camera on the stand
Thanks, Jose.
so I can set it better. But they're sitting there looking at it. So yes, I had to. They're just not grabbing the hook; they're grabbing the bait.
Oh, nothing like free lunch.
Yeah, they're definitely getting a little more aggressive. There's a big one. Oh my goodness, up on the top of the screen. He's up closer to the camera. Come on, just one of you.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. There, he's coming in hot. Got him.
Oh, yeah, got him. Yay!
Well, if he doesn't wrap around my camera, that'll be a good thing. That's a decent one.
Fish. What's for dinner?
Get you pulled up. Get away from the camera. All right, folks.
I hear him flopping. We did it. Woohoo! Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice one.
Pretty decent bluegill. That's actually a really nice bluegill. Let's show you it.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a decent one.
That's a decent one. Thank you, sir. You're now a YouTube star. Flapping in the wind.
I usually catch fish. You got the technology, you can catch fish.
Terry got dinner. We're getting lots of thumbs up. Fish on. Woohoo! Terry got dinner.
So I'm gonna get things. Normally the camera's not in the same hole, but we're making do. There we go.
Everybody's excited
for it.
So
here he is. Wow. Here's the little jig. We're gonna unhook it. You still get your bait. I'm gonna turn him loose. I'm not keeping him tonight.
Yeah, he gets away. We
Swim
got all
down
the
the
excitement.
hole.
There he goes. He's
There you
like, wow,
go, people.
yay! Congratulations, Terry.
And I even have rags for the slime.
Uh, I think I'll go to the grocery and just get some fish. And the fish actually sounds good now. Now I'm kind of craving
It's,
fish.
bluegill is just so good when you
So
do
yummy.
catch them. I actually have a batch at home already ready to cook, so I didn't need to keep any more. But it's still fun coming out and catching them and trying to entice them. You can tell it's getting a little later. The sun's going down a little bit,
Yeah,
and they weren't quite as finicky right there. That one came in and took it pretty quickly, and that's normally what I see.
yeah, they know it's bedtime's coming up. And
Yeah.
Sherry, thank you for posting that. So you'll call up, meet up February 28 to March 3. Event details are in the Facebook group, so check that out. And Chuck says catching, not just fishing. Yay!
Catching, you got to catch.
You got to
If
catch.
you're patient enough, you know, at dark, the bluegills stop biting for a little while, but if you're able to be in a shelter like this and protected, and I've watched the Super Bowl out here on this TV. I've got antennas for it and everything, and cooking food out here. And at 9:30 at night, the big ones come in and start biting again. So you learn all that stuff. You get to see it
Yeah,
all. You get to, you know, I know almost always what's happening, and I learn on different lakes where they're at because I can drill holes, move around, and kind of learn their patterns.
so, that is so great.
So to show you how big the ice hole is, there's my foot. I
That's a good
caught a
price.
bluegill. I have a 7-inch auger. This is a 10-inch. We caught a bluegill on a lake around here many years ago that didn't fit through a 7-inch hole. So I bought a bigger gas auger, 10-inch, so no fish won't fit through that hole.
That's
That was
funny.
pretty wild.
JB Terry says nothing beats fish sticks fresh from the freezer.
Absolutely. We didn't even have to plug the freezer in.
I know, right? A lot of thumbs up. And here's Eben Kim saying, I missed it, but what state and lake is Terry fishing in?
We're in Indiana, in Elkhart, Indiana. This is called Little Simonton. It has a bigger part of the lake and then a channel that runs from the bigger part to the smaller part. This is only about 9 to 10 foot deep in this area. I might catch one real quick again. There he is. Got him.
Ooh, got him.
So this part of the lake, I think he got off, but this part of the lake's shallower, but it's really weedy. And when you get a lot of heavy ice, some of the deeper areas don't get enough sun and the weeds die and they can't live in that. So the shallower areas, now you're seeing little amoebas on the screen up there. Those are living organisms floating in the water that the camera lights up, is what those white things are around there.
Huh.
So if I can show that closer, there's little things floating around there, and those
Oh, yeah,
are
no, I can see them.
actually what they feed on also. They'll eat stuff like that. So the camera lights stuff up. Sometimes they'll come right on the lens and you can see everything about it right there on the camera, which is pretty cool because it's got infrared lighting on it.
That is so cool.
So this is ice fishing, folks. If you ever want to go ice fishing with me and Scott ever comes out and goes ice fishing, I got room for 4 people in here. You can fish on both sides, heaters for both sides, and it's just a new experience, something you've probably never done before. Some of you have, it sounds like.
Using your van in the winter. So
Yeah,
nice,
get
right?
your van up to Minnesota, and there's festivals on the ice up there.
Oh, that'd be
It's
cool.
just
Ice
incredible. I've
festivals.
been up there. There's lazy boy chairs on the ice, and they have snowmobile jumping contests. And I was going to have this set up earlier today out here and all done and ready and ride my electric bike out here, which I can do. And I thought that would be kind of cool.
That would be
So
cool.
you can do those things too. I have a fat tire electric bike with a little bit of surface snow and stuff like this has. You could ride the bike right out here and it'd be pretty cool.
That is cool. Well, at least we got to see you catch a fish. That's
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
yeah,
Pretty awesome. Terry, any final thoughts? We might call it a quit here.
yeah.
If you want to spin the round, there you go on you. again, if people are wanting to get information about Embassy, watching the live or on the replay, embassyRV.com, there's a little form to fill out, right?
Absolutely. And when send us a email, let us know, you saw Scott's video and stuff, and that's why you're giving us a call. And we'll get with you and get you your information. And if sometimes it's just fine, the embassy owners and wannabes are so great. So if you want to see a vehicle in your area, a lot of times the owners are available to show you a vehicle, so you don't have to travel all the way to the factory to see it. So there's a lot of ways to do that.
Very true. And again, just check out my website over the next couple of days. We're adding a lot over the next 60 days. And all that is to help, van life is my devotion. So we just want to see more people enjoy life at whatever stage you're in, whatever season you're in. And with the 4-season rig, you can literally go anywhere. It's pretty special. But Terry, just thanks for doing this. We've been talking about, now you actually might get me on the ice. I'm not saying never. I'm just
When
saying.
it's like this, Scott, it's so safe. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
pleasant weather.
and you dress right. You have the right
Yeah,
boots, you have the right gear. I have extra gear always for anyone that wants to come out, to dress you warm. So if you're real sensitive, I'll put a rubber mat down on top of the ice so it insulates you from the ice and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of things you can do. I've got 4 heaters for this, so if you need it to be 65, 70 degrees, I can accomplish that.
I'm running out of excuses, Terry.
I know it.
You know it. Jane says, "Go on, Scott."
The
It's funny.
problem is, like we're going to have right now, we get maybe a week or so of this really good ice, and then something happens, and we get rain and warm and things that just damage the
Yeah,
ice safety. And that's what's
yeah,
been happening for years. You get out once or twice, and then it's just not good ice anymore.
yeah.
We used to get 16, 17 inches ice sometimes, and you don't see that much anymore.
That was so great. Well, Terry, thanks again for taking the day off to helping us understand this and having
I
Brandon
may
help
have
you
to
out.
stay out here just a little bit longer.
See if we can get some fish. All right. Well, we don't need you, Siri. So thanks again, Terry. We'll chat soon, and we're going to YouTube live primarily around the Cape Cod, their B plus rig, which is super great. I've stayed in both these types of vehicles now, and I can tell you they are drastically different than what I've been used to in the past. Probably the future. I don't know. But lots coming up. So thank you, Terry.
All righty. See
Thanks
everybody
everybody for
later.
watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. on What's Up Wednesday. We've got Teresa and her new
Fun.
Nouveau. Thank you. Appreciate it.
See you later, everybody.
Bye-bye. Peace.